Greetings, everyone. Welcome back to Dining Dreams. It is Priestess of the African River Eagle, also known as Priestess Ieisha, aka Ms.Z on this channel. If you would, please make sure that you like and subscribe. Comment down below. This is going to be the New Year 2024 reading, predictions and prophecies. If you want to book a reading with me, go to diningdreams.com. That link will be in the description box. This is the last day to get a New Year reading. If you're watching this on December 31st, I don't know if I'm going to extend it because I'm already booked. So keep that in mind. I am booked up. So please don't email me checking on your reading unless it's past the grace period, because I had a lot of people book New Year readings. Also on the website, we're going to have a shop update with Dreamcatchers and New Year baths. So make sure that you check that out. And also, last thing I want to say is, if you watched last year's reading, 2023, my predictions and prophecies about, I believe everything came true. Everything came to pass, if not 90% came to pass. So you can watch the recap. I don't know if I have a link below, but if I do, you'll be able to watch the recap in one of the videos on YouTube that I have uploaded. So, also, last thing I want to say, I will be doing a part 2. I don't know. I should have them, combined with this reading. But if not, just wait for the part 2, because Spirit says I have to do an actual reading. But this part of the reading is just predictions and prophecies. Again, they're just visions that I received directly from Spirit. So this doesn't come from cards, shells, or anything else. Just straight Spirit telling me and showing me things, okay? All right. So first off, let me go over the year 8, okay? For me, okay, within my spiritual practice, the number 8 represents challenges, but it also represents karmic cycles. So the year 2024, we all know that's going to bring a lot of karmic cycles, and you're actually going to see that when I tell you about the visions that I received. You're going to see that pattern within, you reap what you sow this year, okay? But yeah, year 8 is about challenges. It can be about war as well, but through war, we get expansion. So whatever challenges that you should face, if you see it through, you will expand, okay? So let's go ahead, and you can get comfortable too, because I got a long list of prophecies, and we're going to go over them one by one. All right, so the first prophecy for the year, Spirit says car wrecks. People turning that into money, okay? This could be from people who have a lot of money, could be rich people, so to speak, wealthy people. If you have a nice car, be aware people will try things. So have full coverage, okay? And it's kind of going to also be like a running scam as well. So somebody might, I don't know how they would do it, but you either hit their car or they're going to hit your car or something like that, and make it seem like it's your fault. And some people will, for those of you who don't have insurance or things like that, they're going to be like, well, to avoid court, to avoid the police, can you just give me this money right here, right now? So, just be aware of those tactics as well, too. So if you have a nice car, make sure that you have full coverage insurance. Just be very careful on the road, because this year people will be scamming in that type of way, like getting in a car wreck so that they can get money from you and things of that nature. Maybe even sue you, whatever the case may be. And some people will want the money up front, okay? Now, let's go on to the second prophecy, stalking, okay? Stalking, unfortunately, is one of the themes this year that I see, because it came to me twice. But I'll speak about that when that comes up. So another prophecy I seen was stalking, not allowing someone to move on, okay? So there could be situations where people try to move on, but the person that they were with continues to keep up with them, or makes it really, really hard for them to move on, okay? Because they're keeping tabs on them, they're watching you, things of that nature. All right, so the next prophecy, or prediction, so to speak. Everyone has an animal totem. Respect animals or traditions with animals. So, in my practice, the priesthood of the birds, that is one of the main things. Connecting to Mother Nature through the animals, through the bird. I don't just connect with birds. I actually have other totems as well too within my spiritual practice that I work with, that can bring information, bring wisdom from the spirit realm. But nonetheless, this prophecy that came, they just said it just like that. You know, everyone has an animal totem. It doesn't matter if you are within a certain, you know, spirituality, culture, religion. Everybody has some type of totem or like animal, a spirit animal. You know, I may be saying the words wrong, but you get it. Everyone has like a spiritual animal that like represents them. So you should respect animals and traditions with animals, because I feel like there could be repercussions for those of you who offend totem spirits. I don't know an example right off the bat, but like, you know, maybe places in the wild or places in nature, you're leaving trash and things, or, you know, let me see. One of the first things that come to mind is like killing a bird or like hitting a bird, or like, you know, killing a rabbit or something like that. Make sure you do prayers and things for these animals if you're accidentally killing them, especially like deers and stuff like that, because that stuff will come back on you this year. It will come back on you, all right? So just be aware of that. I told you. All right, so let's go on to the next prophecy. I try to think of an example. Let's see. Do not let people rip your clothes or make marks on your clothes. And specifically, they said to live in this world. So I had to look into that a little bit, and I'm going to still look into that because that sounds like there's other worlds. But the vision I saw, that's exactly what they said. They said, do not let people rip your clothes, like just rip it or make marks on your clothes. I don't know how detailed that is, but for me, be careful with people touching you, putting their hands on you, rubbing on your clothes, things like that. Just be very careful with that, okay? And Spirit did confirm with me it will affect you spiritually, leaving energy or bad luck and things like that. So whatever energy that they're carrying, you will pick that up, okay? Them ripping your clothes and tearing it up and stuff like that. If you have children, just be mindful of that. That could cause bad luck. And you could be an adult and someone ripping your clothes and things like that. That has a symbol this year. Can't tell you all the specifics. That's just what Spirit told me. Don't let people rip your clothes or make marks on your clothes and things like that. Because like I said, it affects you spiritually. So you'll need a cleanse if someone is, wasting something on you, like spill some coffee on you or something like that. Be very wary of that this year. And you will notice that these prophecies for this year, it's less directed on like let me see, global. Well, it's global, but it's more personal. It's personal to people more than it is about like world events. Okay, so you'll notice that. Moving forward. So I had a vision that I was on a plane and I was scared of a plane crash, but we landed. Too many people flying at the same time. People could crash into each other this year. So, and we constantly get that. I think we got that last year, travel problems. But Spirit saying that just be aware of too many planes flying at the same time. So we might see an accident like that. Spirit, and I think I just seen something like that. I think I really just seen something about a plane like shaking as it was landing or something like that. But that is going to happen this year. So make sure you say a prayer before you board a plane. Like just say a prayer before you get on. If you have some type of protection jewelry that you can wear with you, do that when you get on these planes. Because again, things can be very shaky getting on a plane this year, okay? That doesn't mean don't get on no plane. You could definitely ride a plane this year. It's just be very careful, okay? Because what it's saying is it's shaking, or I was scared of a plane crash. That means that it could potentially happen. So just be aware of that. And there will be plane crashes. Like I said, it says something about flying into each other, but I don't know. Like I said, these are visions, so I don't know how that looks or what that looks like, okay? In reality. Now, moving forward, People having sex underage will have problems. And the vision was underage people having sex, hypersexual, okay? Girls and boys, even having sexual relationships with older people, okay? Making people hypersexual. So Spirit is calling this out this year, okay? And when I asked, I did try to confirm this. I said, are you telling me to tell the parents that they should watch their children? They said, not really. And that sounds weird, but just follow me. It's not necessarily about the parents. They want to talk to the youth directly, because a lot of us don't listen to, when we're young, we don't listen to our parents' advice and things like that. So Spirit is talking directly to you. If you know that you are underage, Spirit says people will have problems having sex this year and being underage. It will affect your destiny, okay? It will make you hypersexual. What else? Your focus could be redirected in a certain way because you're too focused on having sex and doing sexual activities. So it's something about having sex this year and being underage. It will affect your destiny and you will have problems. It can also lead to other things that we know about, which is STDs and stuff like that. So be careful. And what is underage? Underage can be, well, I didn't really ask them, so don't take my word for it, because this is not a part of the prophecy. I like to make that clear. It's not a part of the prophecy. It's just something that I'm going to say. Underage can be like before graduating high school or something like that, before you have a clear goal of where you're going in life. If you're still in high school, you may want to, save yourself, be, abstinent, just try to keep your chastity. Don't give it up too easily right now, because again, your goals will be affected. Your life will be affected. Having sex and things like that too early. All right. Now, moving forward, Spirit says, I think that's just children. Anyway, Spirit says, let's see. Oh, this was a vision from, sometimes I have older women that come to me, like older ancestors and things. But they came to me and they said that they didn't want me going inside a bedroom while someone was sleeping. So Spirit says that this is a spell. It represents contamination. So, don't let, just random visitors come in and, come in your room while you are sleeping this year. And so this is very spiritual. Not everybody will follow this, but my spiritual people will know what I'm talking about and just kind of follow through. Don't just let no random person or, friends or whoever that isn't your partner, or your kids, just come in and walk in your room while you're sleeping. Because like I said, this is a spell. If they have negative energies and things like that, it will affect you as well. So Spirit talks about a lot of things that are going to affect us spiritually this year, and we may not know about it. So pay attention to that. Don't just let random people walk in your room. Don't let random people walk in your children's room while they are sleeping. Okay? And like I said, some older women gave me this in a vision. All right, moving on. Fighting over beliefs. You will see that this year. People fighting over beliefs. And I feel like I had another prophecy as well dealing with people attacking spiritual people. So just, be aware of that. Let's see. Next vision. Spiritual groups will charge money to be in their mix. Just be aware, like copyright, no free information. So a lot of people this year, and they're already, people charging a lot of money for spiritual groups and initiations and things like that. But there's still a lot of free information. There's a lot of people stealing things, regurgitating things. So this year, I see those people either, like I said, they'll have their own spiritual communities where you do have to pay a fee to get in. So just be aware of that. You're like, gosh, why do I have to pay to be in the spiritual group? Well, Ms.Z, Priestess Ieisha told you that this year, people aren't going to be doing a lot of things for free. They're going to be doing things in small groups. And they're not going to be, letting outsiders get to this information. Okay. Let's move on. Spirit says we should apologize to people if we offend them in any way. People are crazy. I put that right there. People are crazy. Okay. I even put stalker vibes. I don't know if this was another vision, so I don't know. Maybe I saw another vision of stalking on this day. But anyway, so people should apologize if they offend people. Okay. If they offend somebody. So it doesn't matter if you step on somebody's shoe this year. You need to apologize for stepping on their shoe this year. It doesn't matter if you accidentally bump into somebody. Whatever it is, make sure you apologize. Make sure that you are like, hey, I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. Don't hold grudges. Don't say I don't need to apologize. It's not necessary for me to do that. Do it, because this is a year of karma. So, you know, what you do to others will come back to you. But saying I'm sorry and apologizing and acknowledge what you did can, like, you know, it kind of eases things out. Where you've already paid the energy back, there's no energy that needs to be paid to you. Okay? So keep that in mind. All right, moving forward. Let's see. A man I talked to took some money from me. No, let me correct that. A man I talked to, I took some money from this person. They got mad at me later and took the money back 3 times over. So beware of borrowing. Beware of borrowing money. But it's just like I said with the other vision. What you do to others will come back to you. So if you take something from somebody, it will come back to them. They will get that money back, and it will come back to them 3 times over, and you will lose 3 times over. So just be aware of that. Be careful with borrowing money. Be careful with just taking money without, you know, unless somebody says, hey, you can have this money, you know, pay it back. All right. Anyway, this is a number that I got, and I never pay attention to, really. Like I do, but I don't. What people call angel numbers. I'm just going to call them spiritual numbers. 1122 came in a dream, so we need to be mindful of this time and also be mindful of the date 1122. All right, Spirit says, do not use people in any way. Do not play with people. Okay, they say it just like that. Do not use people in any way. Do not play with people. People will be able to get back with you very, very quickly. All right, what goes around comes around. All right, anyway. Old friends trying to come back. That was another vision that I had. Do not tell your full identity to someone online. And what I mean by that is, because I had to go back and confirm this one, because I was like, well, you know, what about people who put their names and stuff like that on there? They're not necessarily talking about that. Meaning all your dirty deeds and things you don't feel comfortable with, okay? So, you know, I'm not telling you to go back to when you were a child and you were posting, you know, just crazy stuff. But if you have to, you might want to go back and take those things down, all right? Don't post your full identity. Means don't post all the naughty little things in your head. Unless that's just your profession. Don't post, you know, things that you don't want people to see this year. Please don't do that, all right? Because it will come back on you. So if you're trying to be like a public figure or somebody big this year, again, you might want to go back and look at those things that you posted in the past when you were immature. You might want to do that. But nonetheless, don't post your full identity. Don't post all sides of yourself online this year, all right? All right, guys will be warned not to mess with girls and give out money to people they are not dating. Now, that was specific, but, you know, it doesn't matter if it's guys dating guys or guys dating girls, right? But that was just a specific vision that I had. So it says guys will be warned not to mess with girls and give out money to people they are not dating. So I think I should have went into detail on this one, but I think this one talks about basically not playing with a female's emotions, and also not giving out money, just giving out money like that if you're not dating someone. Don't allow yourself to be used either. Okay. All right. Moving forward. Storms coming, it brings karma. You reap what you sow. That was literally a vision. And so I think the weather is also going to be a big thing as far as karma goes too. All right. So how we treat Mother Nature and things like that, it could come back to us. And also, the storm has a big symbol this year. Storms have a big symbol this year. They represent and symbolize karma. All right, moving forward, where we at? Okay, let's see. Pray before getting on any bus or train this year. There will be a lot of people, again, it still deals with karma. It deals with karma. I don't even know if I want to say this vision because it deals with karma. There was something that was killing people. And there was a boy and a girl hiding. There was something outside that was killing people. And Spirit says some people will be left outside. So some people that, get hit with the sickness and, whatever. I can't say that the way the world works is a little bit more different than what people think, because people think, oh, it's a child, it shouldn't have to go through that. Well, in the spirit realm, that's a descendant of someone who's very evil. So it could be different things, but I can't go into all that here. But all I'm going to say is, again, you reap what you sow this year. So you have to be very careful and make sure that you right your wrongs this year. Moving forward, what else? AI has more access to people this year. We'll see that. What else? Food and water. Okay. People may avoid making changes, but Spirit says that you should be careful if you know the water is bad. If you know the water is bad, get bottled water. I see some issues with water this year specifically. Let's see. Ex-friends will be coming back this year, trying to get close. Something will be exposed about a club or like a bar or something like that. I believe a club. It could be dealing with like trafficking and things like that. It's like some other stuff going on underneath this club or space. All right, rape and abuse victims from high school. All right, that will be coming forward this year. Spirit says more needs to be done about females not wanting to be with certain men after they are done. So maybe more safe havens or something like that, because like I said, there's a lot of stalker vibes going on this year. But anyway, you have females who live a hard life will have to fight for freedom. And the vision, I saw a female going through a lot of different things and having to do a lot of different things in order to survive. So this year it is encouraged for females to fight for freedom when they're going through those type of things. Let's see. People should watch over their children this year. Physical harm and influence. What does influence your children? Because especially spiritual children, but to be honest, all children can be considered spiritual, okay? Because there was an omen. The omen was I was watching over some baby owls so they didn't get attacked by the eagles. And so owls can represent spiritual children, but nonetheless, it also represents watching over your children, because it could be, like I said, physical attacks and things like that at daycares, at schools. It could be the influence, what's influencing them, stuff like that. Spirit wants you to watch over your children. Older men dating younger women must stop. They will claim that you are a pedo this year, okay? And I'm sorry, I'm not trying to offend anybody. I'm not even saying that older men can't date younger women, okay? It happens every day. But when the woman is way too young for you, because again, this year you will be looked at like a pedo, all right? If you get what I'm saying, I'm just giving you a heads up, all right? Moving on. Debt collectors. Okay, debt collectors coming to get money, house, or car. A lot of people will lose things due to debt collectors. Offerings to Mother Nature to avoid loss. All right, that was a vision that I had. So And I'll probably have to go over that on a different day. But offerings, I do offerings to Mother Nature. So if you feel like something is like seizing you or something like that, you can give an offering to slow things down, or you can do this yourself. All right. Anyway, pay attention to the ones who act quiet. They will know what to do. And this is another symbolism that says those who act calm nature will be the ones to handle situations. So those will be the ones that are guiding people this year, the people who are calm. More gifted people will turn up this year. They will wear the right colors to avoid death, and this is real. Okay. My opinion. All right. So be sure that you are thanking the Creator for the life that you have, showing gratitude. Let's see, an elder came to me in a vision and was showing me the colors of purple and white. It provides strength. White provides purity. Purple is normally a color of like royalty, a cloak over you, as well too of protection. And pink and red to avoid further trouble. So pink and red will be colors this year to avoid, like I said, further trouble. Purple and white, strength. So, have that in your wardrobe this year. Let me see. Those who are beat or go through difficulties will be gifted later. So if you went through like some type of abuse, or you feel like you have been beaten or something like that, you'll spirit, like I said, everything's coming back around full circle. So when you were at your lowest, now you'll be at your highest. Let's see. Don't be surprised if you have like, religious people trying to cuss out spiritual people this year. That is all for the visions. And now we're going to go on to part 2, which is the reading. Peace.